What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team, stand up! Spring is sprung. The month of April has now begun. We got the Phoenix Suns versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Kickoff NBA playoffs has begun. We got the Blazers. The man Blake Wesley. Denny's? Drew Holiday? The Scoot Dude? And the rest are nobodies. The Buns, Booker Devin, Brooks, Jalen Green. And the rest are Giuseppe. And then the rest are nobodies. Check it out. Now, even though I lost the parlay up to this point because of the nipples, dude, I had the I put the Buns on the money line for here, but it don't matter. We already lost it. So, see what this game's talking about.
And here comes Booker. Adjusted and firing. Get to your spot. He's getting one offensive rebound in this one after another, as he's done really since January 1st. It's a three from outside.
Bro, it's crazy because you just look at the Blazers. It's like, bro, they don't even belong here, it looks like.
His last three games, he's had at least 30 points. Set out the last two and comes in red hot into this one. Holiday, nobody there, and a three is launched. Drew Holiday is in the playoffs, and they'll play number 2 seed San Antonio. It's Brooks, step back three.
So whoever wins this plays San Antonio? And then I'm guessing if they lose, they get another chance. Either way, one of these teams is cooked because they're not getting past the Sperms.
Williams the rejection. That will be on Prime exclusively. Colin Gillespie is checked in. Booker got the screen and launches the two. Patience. Oso Iguodala is checked in for the Suns.
Oh, that move is crazy.
Snakes, sets,
Finishes.
Royce O'Neal will check in. They go inside the two-punch. Nice feed by Booker. He excels inside.
It's the patience, though. Stay on 2 feet, step through. Easy money for Book inside.
Abdia once again. Grant is outside. Abdia with a three. Rebound inside by Murray. A lot of black jerseys, so he kicks it out. Grant
Second chance.
the three.
I mean, Blazers keeping up so far.
O'Neal with a
Able to drive that closeout on that. You said it about turning the ball over. When you're on the road, you're not turning the ball over. You can do this. You get shots on goal. And as a result of doing that right there, he didn't get the block shot, but he forced Jalen Green to have to shoot that thing up a little bit higher. And speaking of which, that's the secondary break.
Green working around the screen and puts up a 14.
Blazers are up.
Abdia's got it, and he's off
The
to
Denny's
a
dude running.
speed.
Up and away! Holy shit!
And pounding it home. What a
Fuck.
what a finish.
Fucking LA Fitness player flew out the roof in that motherfucker. Fuck wrong with him.
Misses, so then Phoenix can get out and run. So that shows a lot of Brooks has been
Nigga
quiet
Booker walking like him.
in this first half. 1 for 2. And Book right there. Wow. Feeling the movement, Kevin.
Abdia clinging. Shot clock at 3. Corner 3. Launch. Nail. Nice shot.
Damn.
Inside. That was
Land on his ankle.
Henderson again.
It's a scoot, dude.
Booker is there.
No way, he makes that. That was a comp ass shot, bro. What the fuck?
Green quickly the other way. He's got 10. Quick twitch down the lane for 2. Blazers won 10 of their last 14 games to get in to this position, number 8. Abdia through traffic, inside, baby hook on the Falcons in their own right. Different circumstances, 2 first-year coaches.
55-45, Blazers are up.
Win 3, the first tonight. Blazers shooting 42% for the game. Suns
Damn.
right now 37%
On the court is a huge absence for this Phoenix offense.
Apia three.
It's a Denny's, dude.
With the smart, intelligent play to get it out to Goodwin.
Holiday triple bucket.
Wow. Blazers are actually keeping up, bro.
Booker there.
Denny's almost crossed Booker.
Inside. Kamara. Got it. Trey got the screen. Opens.
All right, top of the third.
He puts it up and
Rye with another gift there. Thank you, Rye. 3 gifted.
Get to his spots, and speaking of which, Kamara right there. Listen, coming into this game,
Apia picked up here by Gillespie. Chiseling his way. Got the two.
that's gracious. He said square the chop. So good call by the official.
It's Brooks himself
Damn.
with a beautiful move.
All that screaming.
Apia and back on top. Green. Final defense in the corner. Three. Knocks it down. And the Blazers the other way. Making a move. Slicing through
Damn.
defense for two.
He gets to the basket. I mean, he's as aggressive as a driver as anybody in this league.
It's a three by Gillespie.
It's
The
crazy.
winner goes to the playoffs and will face San Antonio. Screen for Booker. The hesitation.
And one! That was dirty.
Apia. It's overdone. Wow. Give him 27.
Damn, he has 27. Y'all wasn't lying. Y'all said he didn't score.
It's O'Neal getting a screen. O'Neal wheel is right.
Somebody's uncle.
Fish. More tough contested shots.
Shot clock at 2. Brooks 3.
What the fuck? Nigga, nah, bro. That shit was so fucking lucky, bro. Niggas don't play defense no more, because, bro, they got Brooks making that shit. Come on, man. And one! Intense-ass game.
14 fouls.
It's Jalen Green's first bucket in the second quarter. He all right?
He's got 30.
Bro got in an argument with his girl at halftime or something, man. Somebody's uncle with the steal. Pull up 3! Bro, he's holding them back. Nah, these niggas don't know how to act, bro. Y'all playing the Blazers, bro. Like, bro.
Inside it goes right there. Shaden Sharp with the terrific move. 6.5 minutes. It's Green trying to penetrate in phase. And the big difference.
Rod, thanks for the gift again.
Blazers, they're not hitting their
23-6 run for the Buns. It's a 20-point game.
As Holiday works his way inside for the deuce. Abia's got it, and here's Holiday. Down by 9. It's a 3. Bullseye.
Damn.
Sharp 3. No.
Nope. 4:18 left. It's a Denny's dude. Bottoms.
Shot clock down to 8. Approaching 3.5 to go. On the side, Green 3.
Bailed out in the shot clock. 2-point game. It's like the Buns are selling, though. Oh! LA Fitness players. Edit it down. This nigga Booker just be throwing up anything. What the fuck was that, bro? 1-point game. The Blazers, a team that if I walked on, I'm dropping everybody but 2 people off 11 zip. Denny's with the finish. He's talking shit.
Murray is on the ball.
All right, 37.3. Blazers up by 1. But pass. I don't even know what that is. It's an and 1. Buns are up by 1. Denny's almost crossed up. 23 to the right. Whoa! 16.1. He made the free throws. 2-point game. See, well, I don't know. I don't think it's an elimination game right here, right? It's just whoever goes to play the Spurs next. I think whoever loses get what I'm saying, but whoever, still, you want to win.
Ice O'Neal.
You gotta give it to Booker or Green. 5 seconds. Major 5 seconds. What is he gonna do? He's gonna hold the ball. 13 seconds, 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Thought about it. Pass it, Green. Front up. Miss. They got it back. 6 seconds. Oh! Somebody's fucking uncle. No fucking way. No fucking way. Why the fuck did Booker pass? Number 23, bro. Wow, lost the ball, got it stolen. There's no fucking way. You gotta be joking, right? You gotta be joking. You gotta be fucking joking, right? So what happens to the Buns? Are the Buns out of the playoffs or they got one more chance? They got one more chance. That's what I thought. Bro, how do y'all lose to the Blazers, bro? I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. There is no hope for Phoenix Suns, man. There is no hope whatsoever, bro. Like, all y'all had to do was guard one player. Holy shit! The Denny's dude with 41 fucking points, 12 assists. All y'all had to do was guard one player, bro. It was 5-on-1. Y'all niggas let Drew Holiday drop 21? Hey, why don't they be playing my man Blake Wesley, bro? Fuck wrong with the Blazers coach, bro? They don't be playing my man Blake Wesley. And then Brooks had 27 rebounds. 22 for Booker. 7 of 17, 8 of 13 from the fucking free throw line, bro. Bro, so you mean to tell me Booker technically, if you take away 22 minus 13, he technically barely had over 10 points this game. Bro, like I said, man, Booker is a regular season made player. Anytime in the playoffs, he is non-existent. And this is furthermore makes my point valid. If y'all wasn't playing at home, Booker would literally have 7 points. Green had a nice game, 35, 5, and 2. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Looking at the Buns this whole time, it's not even Kevin Durant that was the problem, bro. The real problem is Booker. They've kept Booker way too long. Booker should have been traded after that season. You remember, was it the 2023, right? Whenever the season where he was about to get in a fight with Luka Magic, when he was on the Mavericks at that time. After that season, that's when they should have traded him, bro, somewhere else. Booker is the problem. They do got one more chance, so that's why I'm not really going too crazy on them just yet. We got to see what they do the next game. It's unbelievable, bro. How the fuck? And then, matter of fact, they was also up by like 30 midway in the fourth quarter. Like, bro. All right, extra clips. Almost no clips for this game, plus a few. Yo, shout out to Rod with another gifted. Rod going crazy with the gifteds. All right, we got my man Broadus. You know, he's a really big Phoenix fan. His reaction after.
I need to say, fuck the play-in and fuck Adam Silver or whoever made it, bro. Why are the Suns as a 7th seed having to play extra games to make the playoffs? It doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
The play-in should be only 8 versus 9 for the last spot. That's it, bro. The Phoenix Suns were the 7th seed. If you're top 7 in a tough-ass Western Conference all season, and you're playing games against OKC, Denver, San Antonio, the Lakers, Houston, and you're top 7, you deserve to make the playoffs. You don't got to play extra games. You don't have to play extra games. That's fucked up.
Yo, Rod with a gifted.
The top 7 should have a spot secured. The only play-in bullshit should be 8 versus 9. And for the 10th seed, why does the 10th seed have a chance? There's only 15 teams in the conference. 10th seed means they're bottom 5, bro. The Suns should have been locked. 5.
All right, man. Close the schools, man. Shout out to Broadus. Someone go check on him. All right, so we had the Dr. Stutter dude with the checkup on Add the Mail. Let's see if it's going to be a serious injury or not. Either or, better luck next season for the Heat.
Out of tonight's play-in game versus Charlotte after what many are calling a dirty play by LaMelo Ball, after his leg was grabbed and Bam fell really hard down to the floor, injuring his low back and tailbone area.
Jaju with a 5 gifted!
On the channels to teach more about the medical side of the sports world. So let's take a look here at what happened with Bam Adebayo, LaMelo Ball. You know that in a must-win playoff sort of game scenario, that if you're ruled out, it's a serious injury, right? Because this is lose and go home. And so what we're seeing here with Bam Adebayo as he comes down and lands on that hardwood, as a result, I think partly with LaMelo Ball's hand, I don't think you can entirely blame LaMelo for this injury, but I think you can certainly say it contributed. Bam is trying to save this ball. He's already starting to fall backwards, so his momentum is carrying him in a way that he's probably going to fall regardless. Now you can see here, right, he's trying to avoid stepping out of bounds. He's trying to lose this ball here. As he's starting to go backwards, he's already falling before there's even any contact from LaMelo. So in this position, right, Bam is already falling backwards. LaMelo has not been able to apply any force great enough to cause him to suddenly fall. So Bam was already falling. I think LaMelo grabbing his leg made it more likely to be a significant injury because Bam could have potentially brought his leg back to help brace his impact. He's not able to. As he falls, he lands square directly on his backside, potentially suffering injuries to the sacrum, the coccyx, or the low back. And potentially something that, if the Heat win, could keep him out for the next game, if not further into the postseason. As Bam was down on the court here, we can see where he's grabbing kind of that low back, almost more near the sacrum than necessarily the low back or the spine. When we look at our biodigital anatomy tool to understand what is actually injured with an injury like this, you've got to understand how little padding there is in these more fit, lean athletes when it comes to this backside, the lower area of the sacrum, and especially the coccyx or the tailbone. Your glute max is going to be the primary cushion back there that's going to be overlying the main part of the ilium or the pelvis in order to prevent direct impact to the bone whenever you have an injury or a fall like this. The challenge, though, is specifically
my man Ryan with another gifted
sacrum. The sacrum is the big triangle-shaped bone at the lower part of your back. There's really not a whole lot of cushioning or protection right there, especially in somebody who's leaner with less fat covering that area. Once the glute runs out, a lot of this tissue back here is more skin, adipose, fat tissue before you get into the more erector spinae muscles of the spinal column. So this is a vulnerable area. This is an area of the body that doesn't have as much muscle there to cushion the blow. If we go further down from the sacrum, the very tip of the tailbone is something called the coccyx. The coccyx is the tailbone itself, and you can fracture the coccyx, you can fracture the sacrum, and those can occur with a direct impact, with a direct trauma, like we saw happen with Bam. You also have to be aware that the nerve roots coming out from the sacral levels are exiting through the sacral foramen. So spinal cord is coming down the spinal column, nerves are exiting through the neuroforamen, but then the sacral nerve levels are exiting
Ryan
through the
going
sacral
crazy,
foramen.
man.
So
Another
there's a
gifted, man.
significant amount of
W's in the
soft
chat.
tissue edema in this area. You can potentially cause some irritation on these exiting sacral nerves as they're coming out through the sacral foramen to go down the leg, potentially causing numbness, tingling down the leg, or impaired nerve function in the lower extremities. So here's Bam is falling to the ground. Yes, he's got his glute muscles, but his glutes are going to be a little bit further down the leg. His lumbar spine is probably stopping about right here, and so the majority of that impact, we see him try to brace his fall a little bit with his hands, but he like bounces off the court. The majority of that impact is probably going through the sacrum, and so I would not be surprised at all if we see this injury end up being a severe sacral contusion, like a bad sacral bone bruise, or even a sacrum fracture. Remember what happened with Chet Holmgren, right? When he fell and had that iliac fracture that put him out for multiple weeks, if not multiple months. And so these falls, even though players are falling all the time in the NBA, Bam has generally got a lot of muscle mass down there.
Man, Rod with another one.
The coccyx is a very vulnerable, exposed area when you have a direct trauma that can definitely cause a fracture with a situation like this. Now for Bam during this game, they're not going to easily be able to diagnose those sort of severe contusions, more subtle fractures. These fractures are hard to pick up on just a simple x-ray. Oftentimes you need to do an MRI scan, potentially a CT scan. And so in this case of Bam, it was truly probably more of just a pain thing. His pain was probably so significant that he couldn't function safely on the court to get back out there and continue playing. I would fully expect if the Heat advanced that we're going to see an MRI scan being done to get a full picture.
All right, man. Prayers to Bam. We got Curry is locked in. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. Hey, Curry is dropping 60 tomorrow, man. Look at this shit, man. Number 1 player of all time and right now, dog. Curry is already in the lab while the team we're playing tomorrow is probably partying right now because they're playing in Los Angeles, so they're a fact. It's Tuesday. Turn up Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rod with another gifted. Clippers are probably partying right now. You know what I'm saying? Drinking, smoking. Hey, Warriors, man, yo, it's going to be scary for Curry tomorrow. He might just go for 70. Look at Wardell, man. So inspirational. Getting shots up. That's exactly how you do it too. Hey, I need 4 or 5 rebounders. Just sit back. Let me chuck up about 300 to 500 shots. And by the way, y'all believe that minute restriction if you want to. They're just using it as a strategy so they can throw off the other team. Curry played a full 48 minutes. With the Kobe's on. Yeah, Curry says he feels great.
35 minutes more.
Oh, don't start with me, Nick.
Are you feeling all right?
Feel great.
You ready for 35?
See, that's why he's not answering questions, bro. It's all like a plot to throw the teams off. Rod with a 3 gifted. Appreciate you, Rod, so much, man, with the donos, subs. We got Kawhi on facing Curry in the plane. He's one of the greatest players, even if his pickup game, able to share the floor. Coached by Curry, Draymond, a unit over championship pedigree. Opportunity, take it for granted. Y'all can read that rest. John Jacob with a gifted. All right, shout out to Kawhi, but I can barely hear him in this video. All right, is there any other clips? If not, just going to wrap it up for the first day of the playoffs. They just said Kawhi dropping 80 tomorrow. I got Kawhi dropping like 17. I think he's struggling, bro. Warriors bringing that full-on intensity. Hey, and also, yo, chat, is tomorrow with the Warriors, so I know ahead of time, it's an elimination game, right? Because they're a 10th seed. Because I was looking at with the Heat and the Hornets, that was an elimination. That makes it even, bro. Hey, man. Curry dropping that 60. Elimination game. Seen enough. Rod with another gifted.